Namaskara, hello and welcome to Swayambhuk Basic Introduction course in Kannada. I am Varsha T. Nayak and I will be your guide on this exciting journey into the Kannada language. Over the past several weeks, we have explored the beauty and structure of Kannada step by step, making learning both fun and engaging. We have now almost reached the 10th week of our Kannada learning journey and I truly believe that ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈಗ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I hope you all can now understand Kannada easily. Your progress so far has been remarkable and I am sure that many of you are now able to recognize, comprehend and even communicate in Kannada with confidence. In today's class, we will take another important step forward by learning about definitive imperative forms and prohibitive forms in Kannada. These are essential structures that will help you give clear instructions, make firm statements, and express restrictions or prohibitions in a natural and fluent manner. So get ready to dive into this fascinating topic. Let's strengthen our Kannada skills further and refine our ability to express commands and prohibitions effectively. ನಾವು ಕಲಿಯೋಣ. Let's begin. Introduction to definitive imperative and prohibitive forms in Kannada. In this lesson, we will explore two important grammatical structures in Kannada. The first one is definitive imperative forms, which is used to express necessity or obligation. And the second one is the prohibitive forms, used to express restriction or prohibition. Understanding these forms is crucial for giving commands, making firm statements and setting rules or expectations in daily conversations. These structures help us clearly communicate what must be done and what must not be done in Kannada. Definitive imperative forms. It is also called as Nischita Agnarthaka Rupagalu. Definitive imperative forms are created by adding beku or beda to verbs. Beku conveys the meaning must or have to, indicating that something is necessary or obligatory. Beda conveys must not or don't, indicating prohibition or restriction. Let's look at some examples to understand them better. Positive obligation using beku. These statements indicate that something must be done or is necessary. Rama manege hogabeku. Rama manege hogabeku. Rama must go home. ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. We must come to your house. ಕವಿತಾ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಯಬೇಕು. ಕವಿತಾ ಹಾಲು ಕುಡಿಯಬೇಕು. Kavita must drink milk. In these sentences, beku expresses necessity or a strong requirement. Prohibitive forms in Kannada. In Kannada, prohibitive forms are used to express restrictions, prohibitions or possibilities. These forms help us give instructions, set rules or indicate what should not be done. Formation of prohibitive forms. Prohibitive forms are obtained by adding baradu, koodadu and bahudu to the verb root. Each of these suffixes convey a slightly different meaning. Let's look at the examples here. Verb form madabeku means must do or have to do. The verb form madabeda means don't do. This is a casual prohibition. The verb form madabaradu means must not do. This is a strict prohibition. Madakudadu. This means shouldn't do. And this is even stronger prohibition. Madabahudu means may do. This is a possibility. Baradu is a strong restriction indicating that something must not be done. Koodadu, stronger than baradu, meaning it is absolutely not allowed. Bahudu, indicates possibility, meaning may do. Formation using the infinitive forms of verbs. The infinitive form of a verb is obtained in two ways. First, by dropping "u" in colloquial speech, and then by adding "a" in the written forms. For example, the verb form "tinnu" becomes "tin" in its infinitive root. The definitive form "must do" will become "tinbeku", "tinbeku", and the prohibitive form "must not do" will be "tinnabaradu", "tinnabaradu", or "tinnakudadu", "tinnakudadu". Similarly, "madu", "madu". In this, the infinitive root is "mada". The definitive form, that is "must do", will be "madabeku", "madabeku", and the prohibitive form "must not do" will be "madabaradu", "madabaradu", or "madakudadu", "madakudadu". Honorific expression for negative imperatives. In formal or polite speech, the prohibitive form "madabeda", "madabeda" is considered too direct. Instead, we use a polite or respectful form, which is "madabedi", "madabedi", please don't do. This is used when speaking to elders, superiors, or in polite situation. For example, "ನೀನು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ", "ನೀನು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ", don't do that work. This is a casual tone. ನೀವು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ನೀವು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, please don't do that work. This is the polite form. Let's look at the difference between "madabaradu" and "madakudadu". While both forms indicate prohibition, "madakudadu" is stronger than "madabaradu". "Madakudadu" is stronger than "madabaradu". "Madabaradu" suggests that something is not allowed but might be done in exceptional cases. "Madakudadu" suggests that something is absolutely forbidden. For example, "ನೀನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ತಿನ್ನಬಾರದು", "ನೀನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ತಿನ್ನಬಾರದು", you must not overeat. "ನೀನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ತಿನ್ನಕೂಡದು", "ನೀನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ತಿನ್ನಕೂಡದು", you should absolutely not overeat. This is a stronger restriction. Let's look at the key takeaways. Baradu. Baradu means must not. This is a general restriction. Kudadu. Kudadu. This is absolutely must not. And this is a stronger restriction. Bahudu. Bahudu, which means may do. This is a possibility. Use bedi for polite speech. For example, ನೀವು ಆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Then we have ಮಾಡಕೂಡದು is stricter than ಮಾಡಬಾರದು. By understanding these forms, you can communicate more effectively and express necessity, prohibition and possibility with clarity in Kannada. Forming yes or no questions using prohibitive forms in Kannada. In Kannada, to form an interrogative yes or no question from a prohibitive statement, we simply add "a" to the prohibitive form of the verb. This structure helps us ask whether something is forbidden, allowed, or possible. Let's look at the rule for forming interrogative prohibitive sentences. Prohibitive form plus "a" becomes interrogative form, that is yes or no question. For example, ನೋಡಬಾರದು, ನೋಡಬಾರದು, which means must not see or watch. ನೋಡಬಾರದು plus "a" becomes ನೋಡಬಾರದ, ನೋಡಬಾರದ. Shouldn't it be seen? Is it not allowed to watch? It's like that. Examples of interrogative prohibitive sentences. prohibitive sentence. ನೀನು ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ತಿನ್ನಬಾರದು. Let's look at the interrogative sentence. ನೀನು ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ತಿನ್ನಬಾರದಾ? Shouldn't you eat chocolate? ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಕೂಡದು. The interrogative form of this is ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಕೂಡದಾ? Shouldn't you go there? ಅವರು ತಡವಾಗಿ ಬರುವುದಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ತಡವಾಗಿ ಬರಬಾರದಾ? Shouldn't they come late? ನೀನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತನಾಡಕೂಡದು. ನೀನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತನಾಡಕೂಡದಾ? Shouldn't you talk that much? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ದು ಮಾಡಕೂಡದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ದು ಮಾಡಕೂಡದಾ? Shouldn't there be noise here? Answering yes or no questions in Kannada. When responding to these questions, you can answer in two ways. Yes, it is prohibited. Haudu, ತಿನ್ನಬಾರದು. Haudu, ತಿನ್ನಬಾರದು. Yes, you shouldn't eat it. ಹೌದು, ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಕೂಡದು. ಹೌದು, ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಕೂಡದು. Yes, we shouldn't go there. We can also answer with no, like it is allowed. ಇಲ್ಲ, ತಿನ್ನಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ತಿನ್ನಬಹುದು. No, you may eat it. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. No, we may go there. Let's look at a conversation which includes definitive imperative forms and prohibitive forms.
ಶೀಲಾ, ಬಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
ಏನ್ರಿ?
ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ನಮ್ಮ ರಮೇಶನ ಮದುವೆ. ನಿನಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇದೆ.
ಉಡುಗೊರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಡಬೇಡವಾ?
ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಕೊಡೋಣ?
ನೀನೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡು.
ಯೋಚನೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿ? ಹುಡುಗನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಾಚ್ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೀರೆ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು.
ಸರಿ, ನನಗೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಇದೆ. ನಡಿ, ಈಗಲೇ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ.
ಯಾವ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ?
ಗರುಡ ಮಾಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಸ್ತು ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಗ್ ಬಜಾರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ದು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಈ ವಾಚ್ ನೋಡು ಶೀಲಾ.
ಅದು ತಗೋಬೇಡಿ, ಅದರ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದರ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದೇ ಇರಲಿ. ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಈ ಸೀರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೀರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದೇ ಇರಲಿ.
ನೀನೇನಾದರೂ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ ಶೀಲಾ?
ಬೇಡಿ, ನನಗೇನು ಬೇಡಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೋ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸಾಮಾನು ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರದಾ?
ಹೋಗಬಹುದು, ಬಾ ನೋಡೋಣ.
ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ಟೆಡಿ ಬೇರ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಬೆಲೆ 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬಹುದಾ?
ಬೆಲೆ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಬೇಡ. ನಿನಗೆ ಆ ಬೊಂಬೆ ಇಷ್ಟನಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ತೆಗೋ. ಇನ್ನೇನಾದರೂ ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅರ್ಪಿತಾ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾಳೆ. ಒಂದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳ?
ಬೇಡ, ಅವಳ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸದರ ಕೊಡಕೂಡದು.
ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಪಾಪ ಮಗು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೋಗಲಿ, ಈ ಸಾರಿ ಒಂದು ತಗೋ.
Now let's look at the vocabulary we used in this lesson. ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ, consent or agreement. ಒಳಗೆ, inside. ಕೊಳ್ಳು, buy. ಚುಕ್ಕೆ, dot. ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ, memory. ತೆಗೋ, take. ಧಾರಾಳ, generous or much. ನಡಿ, come or walk or to be going on. ನೋಡು, look or see. ಬದಲು, instead of, postposition with genitive. ಬೊಂಬೆ, doll. ಯೋಚನೆ, thinking, consideration or worry. ರೀ, honorific addressive term. ವಸ್ತು, material. ಸದರ, indulgent. ಸಾಮಾನು, things. ಹೊಂದು, to suit or to have. Now let's do a quick recap and then conclude the video. In today's lesson, we explored the definitive imperative forms and prohibitive forms in Kannada, essential for expressing necessity, obligation, restriction, and prohibition. The key takeaways are: Definitive imperatives use ಬೇಕು for necessity. For example, ನೀನು ಓದಬೇಕು. ನೀನು ಓದಬೇಕು. You must read. Prohibitive forms use ಬೇಡ, ಬಾರದು and ಕೂಡದು to indicate different levels of restriction. ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ is a polite way to express prohibition. ಮಾಡಬಾರದು suggests that something is not allowed but may have exceptions, while ಮಾಡಕೂಡದು is a strict prohibition. We also learned how to form yes or no questions from prohibitive statements using a at the end. By mastering these forms, you can now give commands, set rules and express restrictions clearly in Kannada. Keep practicing to refine your fluency. Dhanyavadagalu for being a part of this session. I hope you enjoyed learning and found it helpful. Keep practicing and stay curious, and I can't wait to see you in the next class. Till then, take care and keep exploring Kannada. Hogi bartini. Namaskara.